TEMPHUiBIS here, and today I'm very hyped right now, yeah? Not just because of UFC 148 at the end of this week, but I'm also hyped here because the UFC is coming back to the UK again, this time in Nottingham, and it's coming September, and I've already purchased my tickets, and they've already announced, yeah, some more fighters, like an English fighter that who I've always wanted to be in the UFC, which is Tom Kong Watson. He's finally going to be in the UFC. And I think he's going to do absolutely fantastic in there. And his first match in the UFC, I get to see it live. So that feels very great. So I'm pretty happy about that. So today I want to talk to you guys about UFC 148, which is coming this week. I've been waiting a long time for this. I think we all have. And not only am I hyped for the massive main event, Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen, the rematch, I'm also hyped here for the other matches on this card. So I'm going to just go through the preliminaries quickly, because Rafael Oliveira and Yoshilandi Iquizio, I can never pronounce that guy's name. I don't really know them that well. I mean, I know Rafael Oliveira, but I'm not sure about the other guy. Then we're going to have John Alesso versus Shane Roll. I'm not really sure who I'm going to go with out of these ones, but Konstantinos Philippou versus Ricky Fukuda. I think Ricky might win this one, but Melvin Gillard, something tells me, yeah, that he's going to be coming on strong, so I reckon he may take this. Glenn Statibow and Kahib I can't pronounce that guy's last name, but it's pretty. But those are the prelims, but the main card is what I really want to talk about right now. So the first match is a bantamweight between Ivan Menjivar and Mike Easton. I can see that match here being some next quick fast match and everything like that. The match here I reckon is going to be a terrific match. I think Ivan Menjivar, he's got a bit of power in his hand. He's pretty good at his stand up, got not a bad ground game as well. But Mike Easton, for bantamweight, that guy really punches hard. So, but I've not seen too much of Mike Easton's ground game, and I'm not sure if he even has much good takedown defense either. So it's pretty hard to say on that one. But if he has got good takedown defense, then it might stay standing. So I'm going to go with Mike Easton, and probably by a KO, and probably in the first round. Then we got a featherweight match, Chad Mendes and Cody McKenzie. And Cody McKenzie has got a wicked guillotine. You know, he's known for his guillotine finishes, and I reckon he's got great stand up. You know, he throws pretty good movements and stuff. But Chad Mendes, I think he's like one of the best. You know, he lost to Jose Aldo. That's because Jose Aldo's a beast. You know, and I mean, even I hate saying this sometimes, yeah, but I think they were feeding Cody McKenzie to the sharks by giving him someone like Chad Mendes. But if Cody McKenzie beats Chad Mendes, that'll shut me up. So I'm going to go with Chad Mendes for this one, and I'm going to say submission in, let's say, the second round. And next match we have is Dong Yong Kim versus Damian Maia. It's a welterweight bout. This is Damian Maia's first match as a welterweight, and when he was in the middleweight, I didn't think he was that small that, you know what, you need to move down. You know? He's gonna starve himself, boy. So so Damian Maia has got fantastic Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he was improving his stand-up. I started to see when he was fighting against Mark Munoz that his stand-up was was increasing. He was getting good power in his hands. But Dong Hyun Kim, that guy's got one punch knockdown power. You know, didn't work against him in the Carlos Condit fight, but Dong Hyun Kim, he can come out with some next randomness as well. So I could see this match being a very, very good, terrific match. I'm gonna go with Dong Hyun Kim because he does have that one punch power, and Damian Maia sometimes when he goes for takedowns, although he's very good at jiu-jitsu, he always sometimes leaves himself open for a punch or a kick or something. It sometimes happens. So I'm going for Dong Hyun Kim on this one. And the middleweight match, this is the match before the co-main event. This is Cung Le versus Patrick Cote. Cung Le's like he's one of my favourite actors. I like him a bit more as an actor than I do a fighter, except for the acting he done for martial law. But Cung Le, I do still love him as a fighter as well, because I do like his moves. He comes out with different kicks and everything like from all different angles and brilliant stuff. It's hard to fight him. He's actually given me inspiration, yeah, for my MMA character. And then Patrick Cote, he's got strong power in his punches as well. You know, he was one of the first times that made Anderson not fight as the way he usually could fight. So that was pretty good. Fortunately, when he lost to Anderson Silva, it went down the road for him there. So he lost to UFC, and he's coming back to the UFC, and Cung Le's the man selected to welcome him back. But how is he going to do against Cung Le? I don't know how he's going to do against Cung Le, sadly. I'm going to go with Cung Le. And you know what? I'm going to go with Cung Le. I'm going to go for submission. He's going to win by submission. Because I reckon Cung Le's going to come out with much more different stuff that we haven't seen. And he'll probably come out with some next random submission hold. Probably like the submission hold. It's probably like the submission that Ryo Chonan finished Anderson Silva with. Remember the flying heel hook? I reckon Cung Le's going to come out with some next randomness like that, to be honest. But definitely a match I can't wait for as well. And light heavyweight battle between Forrest Griffin and Tito Ortiz, the newly Hall of Famer. You know, Tito Ortiz, yeah, is a fantastic fighter, yeah, and he's done so much fantastic stuff for this sport, yeah, and he's definitely another one of my favourite fighters. And you know, you got to give him this, you got to give him that, man. You know, he deserves to win this fight. You know, I always get annoyed when I see one of these fantastic fighters who's done so much for the sport end their career in such a bad way. Like Chuck Liddell, he ends his career by getting knocked out, almost unconscious, and Randy Couture, he ends his fantastic career being knocked out, and his tooth just falls out when he was chatting to Dana White. I was like, oh my days. So hopefully Tio don't go down the same way. Forrest Griffin is a brilliant fighter as well, and he is a guy who knows how to scrap, you know. And I can see this fight probably going the distance, because both men trying to kill each other, their styles, I wouldn't say cancel each other out, because it's hard for them to, it's just hard for each of them to finish, boy, with the way they fight. But I know T. Ortiz is going to go for more of the ground and pound, going to be old school T. Ortiz. So I'm going to go with T. Ortiz by decision. Probably grounding and pounding Forrest Griffin for 3 whole rounds, but might not be able to finish him. So that's what I'm going for. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the main event. Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen 2. This is going to be just a sick match. You know, I think the match is going to go completely different than the first. Everyone was all shocked, and I'm not going to lie, I was shocked at how Chael handled Anderson in the first fight. I remember he was beating him for all 4 rounds, and at the end of the 4th round, I remember tweeting, looks like we've got a new UFC middleweight champion. I was like that shocked. And then what happened next? When he was fighting in the last round, he got him in a brilliant triangle hold and, you know, triangle choke, yeah, and took Chael out. So that was just luck on that. Well, I wouldn't say luck, but it was just it was brilliant, yeah, and Anderson was able to come back after all that, you know. And he said, yeah, that he injured his ribs, and there's also the fact, yeah, that Chael had high testosterone levels. You know, everyone's talking about now that Anderson is 100% now, and Chael isn't on any of that stuff now. You know, so what would I think about this? One thing Dana White spoke about at the end of the Damian Maia fight, I remember him speaking about Anderson Silva always holding back what he can really do. He could just go in there and just knock someone out easily, just without, you know, without even trying. He is that good that he can just do that, but he just chooses not to. He chooses to muck about and do stupidness. Personally, I think this time he's really going to go in there very serious to prove that what Chael done was just a fluke last time, you know, and also because Chael has annoyed him to the point now where he says he's going to break his teeth. And I was like, wow, never heard Anderson like this before, you know. So I think Anderson is definitely going to win via murder. Oh, sorry, by KO. Yeah, so that's what I predict. I predict the KO of the night is going to be for Anderson Silva. I predict the submission of the night is going to be Kung Lee. And I predict the fight of the night is going to be Forrest Griffin and Tito Ortiz. I probably would have predicted that the fight of the night could be Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen, but that's going to be kind of hard if Chael Sonnen loses in the first round, you know. So I think for that match, for Anderson Silva, I reckon he's going to get murder of the night. Oh, sorry, I meant KO of the night. Yeah. So so man, yeah, man, I'm definitely hyped and ready for this week, man. You know what I mean? Next video, probably going to be my next Q&A, the July one, unless I've got something to talk about before then, which I think I will as it goes. So we'll just have to see what happens. Alright, guys. So that's all I wanted to talk about, really. And given my predictions, I'm definitely ready for this. Going to be watching the press conference in about a couple of hours and a half, and I'll see you all later. Love you all.